the slime molds, and they have resembles with that of the fungi. That is why it is known as a saprophytic protista, and they grow and they spread over several feet because they have a amoeboid like structure present in them, or pseudopodia like structure present in them, and they form the plasmodium, which is the multinucleate body structure under the favorable condition. But what happened in the unfavorable condition when arrive, these plasmodium gets differentiated into the fruiting bodies, which is known as the sporangium, and they have the spores like this. They have the spores usually present at the tip of the fruiting bodies. And these spores can dispersed by the air current into the environment and the unfavorable condition. And when the favorable conditions arrive, they get mature into the plasmodium state. So sporulation is present. They have a these fruiting body or the spores have the true walls, and the spores used to survive in the adverse environment. They are very resistant to the environment, and they can survive many years. The life cycle, the two different stages of the life cycle is present in the slime molds, and they can switch between the amoeboid stage, and which one is the motile stage, and the spore bearing stage. Amoeboid, basically they are the amoeboid like structure having the plasmodium, and they grow like this, while the spore forming structure having the fruiting body which have the spores on them. Next is the protozoan protista. It is the third group of the protista. The first one is the photosynthetic, the second one is the slime molds which look like the fungus, and third one is the protozoan protista, means they have the animal like resembles because they have certain features which is usually present in the animals. They are the unicellular organisms, mean they are made up of single cell, and they are the heterotrophic because they depend on the another for the nutrition purposes. The habitat, basically they are found in the diverse range, including from the fresh water. They are usually present in the fresh water, the marine environment, the soil, as well as the body of the other organism. Body of another organisms. Okay. The predator as well as the parasitic forms are also present in this group of the protista because they are capable of causing the diseases in the human and the animal. For example, the plasmodium is a protista that causing the malaria. The Giardia lamblia is present that causes the giardiasis. So different, we can say the diverse range of their habitat are present for these group of the protista. They are the primitive relatives of the animals. Okay, so these are the salient features of the protozoan protista. There are the further group of this protozoan protista. The first one is the flagellates. The second one is the amoeba, ciliates, and the sporozoan. The flagellates, basically they are present in the free living or the parasitic protozoan. The free living, or we can say parasitic protozoan. And why they are called as a flagellates? Because they have a flagella-like structure that are used for the locomotion. And the example includes the trypanosoma, which causes the sleeping sickness in the humans, and the Giardia lamblia, which causes the giardiasis. Second is the amoeba, because they are found in the fresh water, the sea water, the marine environment, and also sometimes in the soil because they have a pseudopodia like structure which are usually found in the amoeba. The example includes the amoeba proteus and the ant amoeba histolytica. Okay. Ciliates have the cilia and they are more in the number than the flagellates. Flagellates are either one or the two present in the cell. But cilia are basically more in the number and they are scattered all over the surface of the body. The example includes the paramecium and the stentum. The cilia, basically they also have a cavity in them which is known as the gullet. which open to outside of the cell surfaces. Okay. The fourth one is the sporozoan. The sporozoan basically they are the non-motile structure and they do not have any structure present in them, just like the flagella or the pseudopodia or the cilia, but they are motile in some part or some stage of their life cycle. And the plasmodia, for example, the plasmodium, which is causing the disease called the malaria, and the Toxoplasma gondii, these protista usually comes under the sporozoans. Now let's discuss some question. The question is why diatom do not decay. So we know that the diatom are the photosynthetic protista and they usually have a outer covering of the shell which is made up of silica. Okay. So silica or the hard shell is present which usually act as a protective layer and it is to decay resistant to decay. Okay, this accumulated fuscule basically it contribute to the diatomaceous earth in the sediment layer, and the fuscule basically made up of the two structure. Means fuscule means theca is known as the cell wall of which is made up of um, silica, and it is made up of two structure, the epitheca and protheca. Okay, so these are the two different structure, and also they have the potential for the fertilization. The organic component of the diatoms may undergo the decompositions by the bacteria, and they have a practical various applications in the various industry due to due to their durability. And due to the silical structure, the answer is that it is made up of the silica structure, and that is why they do not get decay. Next question is the group of organism in which the cell wall form the two thin overlapping shell. This is the line of the question is basically a line of the NCERT only, and it is very important for the exam purpose. So group of organism in which the cell wall form the two thin overlapping shell wall is the diatom only, because they have a cell wall which is made up or cell wall which is known as a fuscule, and it is made up of two overlapping shell just like a soap box. Okay, so diatom is the answer.